Welcome to Planted. My name is Ian and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to have a look at repotting one of my favorite plants. It's called an ivy leaf geranium. Now, I've had these plants in the deck boxes you can see here, the black oblong box, for a few years and they've grown very well. But this year I want to mix things up and I'm going to transplant 6 good-sized ivy leaf geraniums into this large pot. Now, anybody can do this. This video is less than 6 minutes long, and the whole thing took me maybe 15 minutes. So if there's something to take from this video, it is that when you repot something, you don't have to take an hour to do it. Get on, get it done, get it finished. And what I've got here is a large pot. It's 2 feet wide at the top, about 2 feet tall, and that makes a big deal. I have put some gravel in the bottom because I want to make sure that this is free draining. I've added fresh growing mix and I filled it 3/4 with growing mix and added slow release fertilizer. Now the reason for that is I want that slow release fertilizer to be down in the rooting zone. I don't want it all to be on the surface. You'll see me add more of that later on. Now do bear in mind that if a few branches snap, it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. Plants are incredibly robust if you protect the roots and protect the shoots, and if a few little wayward branches do get snapped, it's not the end of the world. Now, the plant that I'm saving there is a cobea, which is a beautiful vine, and I'll be planting that up and planting that on. And here you can see me using a 2-inch paint stripper to cut out my rooting clumps and untangle them, and I'm cutting out the spare growing medium that I don't want before I replant them. And here they get a little bit of a cutback. Now that cutback is important because now we've got a reduced root system, and by cutting back the head we've also got a reduced crown. Both of those things initiate the plant to want to put out new growth, new roots and new shoots, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to put 3 from one pot. As you see here, they're on the sides. The second pot will put 2 where my clippers are, and then that will leave me 1 to go in the center. So there'll be 5 around the edge and 1 in the center. It is easy to think that you're going to damage the plant or break it and it'll die. Not necessarily. The growth on a ivy leaf geranium is quite brittle, so if some branches or leaves fall off, please move on. I'm cutting them back to no longer than 18 inches to 2 feet, but I do want them to drape over the side. So this is the benefit of overwintering these plants, is that they're a little more advanced and than anything you would buy in a garden centre or nursery. Obviously it takes a bit of effort and a bit of time, but this is going to be a spectacular planted arrangement. Here I'm using the 6-month slow release fertilizer, April, May, June, July, August and September. And that is going to be on the surface. So I've got the fertilizer within the growing medium, within the pot, and also on the surface. So any root, no matter what depth it is in that growing medium, it's going to have good access to some sort of nutrient. This is a trick that I wish I could get more people to do. When you water, turn the hose on really low. It takes a little bit more time, but you can water plants 5 or 6 times. 10 seconds here, 15 seconds there. And that water actually has chance to go into the plant rather than appearing to be wet, and it really isn't. There's a plant that I've got called Convolvulus sabatus. This is it. Beautiful white flowers, sometimes with a blue splotch. And I'm going to add 2 of these to the front of this arrangement, and they will give a sprawling different flower within the geranium. I've done this before, and it really is very, very smart. You have to have the right plants to do it. There's the white flower. And both these plants like it slightly on the dry side. So this is good, simple planning. You wouldn't want to put plants together where one wants it dry and one wants it wet. Both of these take full sunshine, and if they were to miss a watering in a pot this size, it wouldn't matter because those deep roots could get the water that they need. So we've added gravel, that helps it drain. We've added fresh growing medium, which is really good for the plants, we've added slow-release fertilizer. We've added 6 ivy-leaf geranium, 2 convolvulus, multiple applications of slow-release fertilizer, and we've also watered it multiple times at a very slow volume. This helps wash all of the growing medium around the roots. Now all this needs is a month to be on essentially a slow cook. It doesn't need to be super hot. It must be frost-free. This will go out probably mid-May, and it will be beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. If you've got some plants, you can put them into a big pot and have a stupendous display. Bye for now.